Mi diverto un casino, in un certo senso è come se stessi testando il fregnetto lì, il mini treppiedi. Però è figo. Allora, dicevo, I called her out on her insecurities in front of all her friends. Straight up insulted her. Hell, I think I even ignored her for Natsuki at one point. Sì, ma ripeto, quando è successa sta cosa? How could I take her for granted for so long? She's been my friend since we were kids. Since we were kids. She's been my friend since we were kids. And after hanging out with her again, after so much time has passed, I realized that I do feel something for her. Ma potrebbe essere una stronzata. I realize I do feel something for her. Potrebbe essere benissimo una cazzata. Cioè, potrebbe essere la pena che proviamo perché pensiamo di amare di amare Sayori, ma poi non è vero. E quindi potrei provare qualcosa per lei, o forse è pena perché so che è depressa e quindi mi sembra di provare qualcosa, ma non è detto che sia così. But it was too late for that. Anche perché se a questo punto della storia noi siamo addetto for Natsuki, quindi praticamente noi siamo usciti con Natsuki, abbiamo anche fatto i cupcake con lei probabilmente, ma abbiamo detto che amiamo Sayori. Allora ci capisco che ti sembra di averla presa un po' per culo, lo posso capire. Ma è con una e poi dici cammi un'altra, grazie al cazzo, che dici mi sembra di averla presa un po' un attimo per culo, povera Sayori. Hey, Junichi, you doing alright? Oh, Monica. I look up to see a familiar face. The president of the literature club. I'm okay. But, Sayori. I know. I understand. Did she? I slowly nod my head. I know. Come cazzo fai a saperlo? Monica, è sospetto che tu lo sai. Lo so che gli è successo. Come fai a saperlo, scusami? Nessuno ha detto niente a nessuno e io sono la prima persona con cui parli, quindi come cazzo fai a saperlo? I see. I'm so sorry, Junichi. I really should have warned you sooner. Warn me? Are you saying you knew this was gonna happen? No, not like that at all. Yeah. But I feel like I should have just... Monica sighs, and looked down at the floor. Do you mind if I sit down next to you? Don't change the subject, Monica. You're hiding something from me, clearly. I shake my head and move aside on a couch I was sitting. The couch. All'ospedale c'hanno le couch tipo divano. C'hanno i divani negli ospedali. Oddio, può essere, che cazzo ospedale è che c'ha i divani? No, ma io sono ospedale con un divano. Oddio, forse i divanetti per i ragazzini. Ma in che reparto siamo, scusami, per i ragazzini? Non dovrei ridere, è una situazione drammatica questa, non devo ridere. I noticed myself shivering quite a bit. Probably due to all these nerves running through me right now. Though I guess Monica noticed and quickly rummages through her bag for a blanket of some sort. Niente mi toglie dalla testa quel cazzo di rummages, che significa smuscinare. Adesso smucino entra a borsa, ecco. Rummages è smuscina. Monica smuscina nella borsa sua. For some blanket. Junichi, you must be freezing. You're still in your pajamas. You're still in your pajamas. Bananas and pajamas. Yeah, well, I didn't exactly have time to change it to anything more proper. Beh, avremmo potuto però. I don't reject her blanket offer though. I guess it is a little chilly here. Ma dovrebbe essere ottobre nella mod. Beh, ha senso. Se è notte ha senso. You seem pretty dressed up though. Well, you see, the truth is, Sarah and I did talk before all of this happened. She really did insist on staying home that day we were supposed to work together. But the way she was typing, the way she worded her sentences, it just didn't seem like her. And I let myself get further and further away from her as I got older. You're not blaming yourself for all this, are you? I don't know anymore. And that's the cold, hard truth. I told her I loved her, thinking it would help. It didn't. Who in their right minds would think something like this? Cioè, come fai a dire lei è depressa, sta male, quasi quasi gli dico che la amo, così magari la tiro un po' su di morale, tanto che sarà mai. Certo, ma che cazzo dici? Gli ho detto che la amavo pensando che l'avrebbe aiutata, e invece no. What are the odds? What are the odds? I let myself drift apart from her, harming our friendship. Why wasn't I able to tell how she was feeling? Did she try asking me for help and I was just too stupid to notice? Maybe I have been able to read her better if we hadn't drifted apart. I clenched my fists and slammed them on my knees. Why her? Why does it have to happen to her? My vision starts to blur as tears begin to seep out and fall onto my arms. Monica stays quiet, and my quiet sob starts to mix in with the sounds of the hospital. With the sounds of the hospital. The bustling hospital. No, the bustling hallways. Hospitals always. Some time passes after Monica joined me in the waiting room. Still no sign of any doctors or nurses to tell me when I can see her. I guess I'm not too familiar with the process of stopping someone from committing suicide. I'm not too familiar with the process of stopping someone from committing suicide. Penso che nessuno lo sia, Dionici. Penso nessuno lo sia. Nor the procedures that have to take place to try and fix whatever she damaged. Her distressed face keeps flashing in my mind every time I close my eyes. I pull my phone out of my pocket to check the time. 6 in the morning. I'll probably be getting ready for school at around this time. Alle 6? Beh, ha senso, io alle 6 effettivamente mi svegliavo per andare a scuola quando andavo al liceo, quindi ci sta. Hey Monica. Io, quando leggo Hey, non mi viene sempre da dirlo. Hey Monica. Hey Monica. Could you call the school and let them know I'm going to be absent today? Monica shakes her head. No need to worry, Jinichi. I've already sent emails to my teachers and explained an emergency came up. Plus, I'm sure the hospital already notified the school of the situation. I'm sure your teachers will understand. I slowly nod my head and look back down at my hands. Suddenly, a doctor comes out from a nearby room, looking quite tired. He nods and motions for me to come towards him. Monica, can you come with me? I don't know if I can handle what I'm about to see by myself. Of course, I planned on it. I hand the blanket back to Monica and get up from the couch. I walk swiftly up to the doctor and start pestering him with questions. Quindi, insomma, come va? Oh, dimmi, porca puttana, se non parli. Is she okay? How's she? Is she in pain? How long until she... The doctor, to my surprise, chuckles and pats my shoulder. She's alright, son. You actually saved her life. Saved? Saved her life? What? Yeah. We only had to intubate her for a few short moments. If you had been any later, I think she would have been in a much worse condition. I saved her? What it is about those words that feel so hard to believe? What? I saved her?
Though she did get pretty bruised up from that rope. A few of her veins were ruptured, but luckily no arteries were damaged. To put it simply, she'll be okay. We notified her parents and contacted her school. We're gonna keep her here for a few days. She's in a medically inducted coma at the moment, but if you'd like to see her, you can go ahead.
The doctor slowly opens the large door to reveal a somewhat large hospital room. Ha detto large due volte. I slowly step inside, not before taking a deep breath and preparing myself for what I'm about to see. Breathe in, breathe out. Monica follows shortly behind me. Che poi Monica è bastarda, perché poi Monica lo sa. Cioè, io ho commesso tutto questo. Perché Monica sa tutto, sta bastarda. Infatti ogni volta gli facevamo domande del tipo: ma tu sai qualcosa? Io no, non so niente. Sapevo che l'avrebbe fatto. Come lo sapevi? Cioè, nel senso che ipoteticamente, forse può essere che. Vabbè, andiamo a vedere come sta. Cioè, vedi che è evasiva Monica, È figo, c'è sta il sound effect dei beep dell'ospedale. I quickly walk in and stop dead in my tracks. She seems to be sleeping soundly, but I know it's just the meds keeping her under. Keeping her under. Carina sta cosa. It's just the meds keeping her under. Cioè che la fanno dormire, deduco che sia. It's just the meds keeping her under. Carino. Her neck is bandaged up. And I assume her fingers aren't much different. Oh God. Signori. I'm not prepared for what I'm about to say, Carla. I slowly walk up to my bed and gently place my hand over hers. The doctor's words ring back to me. You saved her life. I still don't feel like I did. I feel like all of this just made it way worse. Suicide. That word has never felt this heavy before. I mean, sure, it's a depressing subject, but it carries a much heavier meaning when you catch your best friend hanging herself. I thought my worries would ease after I saved her, after I saw her, but now they're growing. What's gonna happen when she wakes up? What's she gonna say to me? What's she gonna think when she realizes I'm the one who stopped this from happening? Beh, oddio, io non so. Lo sta dicendo come se fosse una cosa negativa. Quando si sveglierà e mi vedrà. E mi vedrà e dirà. E scoprirà che sono io. Che cosa dirà? Ma probabilmente ti ringrazierà, penso. Cioè, perché lo dice come se fosse una cosa negativa? Cioè, lo sta tipo, pannaggia al cazzo, perché l'ho salvata? Cioè, c'ha sto live qui. Perché l'ho salvata, cazzo? Non dovevo salvarla. Is she gonna hate me? Cioè, praticamente lui sta dicendo, magari lei si è suicidata e l'ha fatto pensando che fosse la cosa giusta. Io l'ho salvata e adesso lei se la prenderà con me perché io l'ho salvata. Cioè, lui sta già pensando questo. I turn towards Monica, who seemed lost in thought as she stares at Sayori. My vision begins to blur and tears start to fall on top of Sayori's hand. But you know what? As much as this straight up sucks, she's alive. My best friend is still alive. The heart monitor in the background is proof of that. Though my blurred vision through my blurred vision, I reach over and brush away strands of Sayori's hair so it doesn't block her face. Everything will be okay, Sayori. I'm here for you. Well, some time has passed. I guess I must have dozed off in this chair not too far from Sayori's bed. I slowly rub my eyes, and to my surprise, I see a familiar face in front of me. It's Sayori's mother, sitting in a chair next to Sayori. She looks incredibly distressed and upset. Not that it's any surprise to me. C'è la madre, è triste. Vabbè, non immaginavo. I've only met with her a few times, mostly when I was younger. When Sayori turned 18, her parents began working harder and longer shifts, with her dad moving overseas. They don't really stop to... Ho sbagliato tutte le parole. They don't really stop by too often these days, but I guess they figured Sayori would take care of her. which is baffling to me because surely they knew about her depression, right? Unless Sayori kept this from them as well? Effettivamente il dubbio di Junichi è giusto, perché lui dice cazzo, ma i genitori non sono mai stati, cioè non stanno a casa, mi sembra strano che la lasciano dentro casa sapendo che la figlia è depressa e la lasciano da sola in tutti sti periodi così lunghi dove lei rimane da sola, e fa veramente strano. Cioè i dubbi che c'ha Junichi sono legittimi in realtà, mi sembra strano che non sanno un cazzo loro, a meno che appunto Sayori non gliel'ha mai detto a loro. Ma Sayori è riuscita a nascondere la sua depressione ai suoi stessi genitori? Quanto cazzo sono stati assenti i loro genitori? Cioè i genitori di Sayori. She notices I'm awake and gives me a sad smile. I give her a light smile back. I saved your daughter! Pay the piper! We don't really say much to each other, right? Though. There's nothing either of us can say that would really make the situation feel any different. I pull out my phone and check the time. Most of the morning has gone by already, and I'm starting to feel quite hungry. Sayo's mom. Ma non c'ha un nome, dategli un nome. How have you been, Junichi? How have you been, Junichi? I slightly jump after hearing her speak. She's still looking at me, but I notice tears rolling down her cheeks. I'm okay. Good. That's wonderful. Her voice cracks. It's almost as if she's trying to keep herself together by asking me this question. I notice Monica is also nowhere to be seen. I assume she must have headed back to school without telling me. There's just plenty of it. Sayori's mother checks her watch and looks rather surprised. Forgive me, Junichi, but can I ask a huge favor from you? Of course, anything. I really got to get going. My job doesn't exactly give me much time free, but I can't be away for too long. As much as I would love to stay here and watch her, I can't afford to lose this job. I wouldn't be able to afford the hospital bills if I did. But her dad is on his way. You don't have to burden yourself by staying here. Sì, ma scusami, C'è qualcosa che non mi torna. Questi stanno sempre via. Lei ha fatto visita alla figlia per quanto? 5-10 minuti, da un tempo imprecisato, ma sicuramente meno di qualche ora. E addirittura dice, però con il nostro stipendio di mio e di mio padre insieme a malapena riusciamo a sostenere le spese dell'ospedale. È un cazzo di scam il vostro lavoro, cioè voi guadagnate così poco da non avere abbastanza soldi per sostenere le spese. Ho capito che le spese ospedaliere potrebbero essere alte, ma per tutto il tempo che state dentro casa mi sembra veramente strano che in due non riuscite ad arrivare a un come si chiama? A un prezzo tale da, cioè ad avere tanti soldi per poter pagare le spese ospedaliere. Mi sembra veramente strano. Quanto cazzo costano? Che i milioni costa? Calcolando che loro stanno sempre fuori casa. Dovrebbero guadagnare un botto di soldi per stare fuori casa tutto quel tempo, in due. She stutters over her words. It's okay, man. I promise I'll take good care of her. There's no trouble. She begins to cry a bit harder this time, but she manages to say thank you before bowing and heading up and walking out of the room. Giustamente bowing, mi sono dimenticato che tecnicamente noi staremmo parlando giapponese. I guess I know a little more about why her parents are gone most of the time. I know a little more about why her parents are gone most of the time. Per sostenere le spese, working hard to support their daughter. C'è sempre qualcosa che non mi torna, ma va bene. I wonder if Sayori ever felt burdened by that. I get up from the chair I slept in and walk over to Sayori's bedside. Hey Sayori, I just wanted to talk, I guess. Not that you can really hear me. I want to apologize for everything. It's my fault you're in this situation. If only I had come to you sooner. If only I stayed by your side. If only I kept that promise I made to you all those years ago. You know the one. Same day I helped you win that big stuffed cow you wanted so badly. I'd always be your bestest friend. I sure am a horrible best friend for letting things end up this way. I feel a tear roll down my cheek. I'm just glad you're still alive, Siri. I don't know what I'd do with myself if I lost you. I softly placed my hand over her bandaged one. But I promise, I'll always be here for you. Through thick and thin. Because that's what friends do. I gently lift her hand up and out of the blanket and kiss it softly. As I place her hand back underneath the blanket, I feel a bit embarrassed, but I don't care anymore. Even after all this, I still think I'm in love with Siori. I always have been. Have I? Mi piace quel have I, perché dopo tutto questo lui dice: io non so se in questo momento sto amando Sayori perché la amo per davvero, o se quello che sto provando in questo momento sia semplicemente un dispiacere perché sta male, una persona che conosco molto bene, cioè la mia amica d'infanzia sta male. Quindi non so se quello che sto provando io adesso sia amore o dispiacere. Ci sta! In realtà ci sta! Perché effettivamente dice io la amo, giusto? Cioè, mi piace che non è sicuro. Questa cosa mi piace molto in realtà, non lo dà per scontato. La amo perché la amo. Come ho visto in tante altre mod che dice la amo perché sì. Ma che cazzo vuol dire perché sì? Qui almeno dice può essere. Spero. Non so se devo sperarlo. Cioè mi piace che lui... Mi piacciono sti dubbi che c'ha. I don't even know the real you. I don't even know the real you. Pure brutta sta frase. I nearly jumped after hearing a light knock on the door.
Oh, you're still there. Someone was looking for you. I thought you had already left with your friends from earlier.
I shake my head.
Well, I'll have to ask you to leave the room because we need to perform a few checkups on Miss Yuri here.
Sure. Sorry. Who was looking for me? He smiles as he guides me out of the room.
Right. I believe they're a friend of Siori's. They wanted to invite you to lunch.
I wonder who he might be. Monica, maybe?
She's in the waiting room. We should be finished within the hour.
Thanks, doctor. I walk out of the room and the door closes slowly behind me. I sigh and rub my eyes to hide any tears that may be left behind. The hallways of the hospital are a lot more lively than before, with doctors and nurses walking back and forth, tending to many other patients. I walk back down to the waiting room as I'm surprised to be greeted with, "Hey, Jinichi. Surprised to see me here?" Yeah, actually. How did you... Well, Monica told us all about it and canceled the festival as well. Oh, I see. Not sure how I feel about Monica just going and telling Natsuki and Yuri all about this. Effettivamente... Beh, allora, qui dipende. Perché, allora, Monica... dice giusto, però, cazzo, vedi perché mi piace lui. Dice, però non sono sicuro di cosa pensare di Monica che è andata a dire a Natsuki e a Yuri che Sayori sta in ospedale. Poteva un attimo consultarmi, porca puttana, effettivamente, visto che io sono coinvolto in quello che è successo. Pia gli è andata a dire. Però è anche vero che comunque sono tutti amici, siamo tutti amici. Ed è vero che Monica avrebbe dovuto trovare una scusa per dire a Natsuki e a Yuri: festival cancellato. Perché? Ma ci stiamo a preparare da una settimana questo festival. Perché non me va più. Effettivamente una scusa doveva trovarla. E evidentemente gli ha voluto dire la verità. Però ci sta che a primo impatto dici: minchia, però effettivamente gliel'è andata di senza dirmi niente a me. Da un lato capisco Junichi. Cioè, lo capisco al 100% in realtà. Yuri barely wanted to... Ah, vedi, perché lui lo dice per Sayori. Sayori barely wanted to tell me about her depression. Quindi Sayori già ci ha messo tanto a dirlo a me. E Monica l'è nata a dire a Natsuki e a Yuri come se nulla fosse. I can't imagine how she would feel about the whole club knowing about it. Se la metti su sto piano effettivamente sì, vedi? Effettivamente sì. Minchia, io perché stavo pensando a me, io perché stavo a pensare a Junichi. Però effettivamente sì. Cioè, è una cosa un po' delicata, effettivamente.
Listen, I'm pretty hungry, and well, do you want to go grab a bite to eat in the cafeteria?
I only nod in response. A bite to eat in the cafeteria. Grazie a ste mod io ho imparato che cafeteria è la mensa, praticamente. Che loro chiamano cafeteria. Natsuki and I grabbed 2 sandwiches from the cafeteria before heading back to the waiting room to eat. It was extremely crowded. Natsuki didn't seem keen on sitting in there, so we decided on the waiting room. Hey, aren't you going to head back to school?
Are you kidding? And let's just skip the whole day too? As if?
And let's just skip the whole day too.
As if. And besides, why would I want to go back to school after what happened to COE? I wouldn't really be able to focus.
Really? Were you guys close or something? Natsuki gives me a look that immediately makes me feel like an idiot. Ma perché eravate amici? Ma perché vi conoscevate, scusa? Adoro quello sguardo. Ma perché vi conoscevate, scusa? Ti stavi preoccupando per... Ma tu perché tu sei il Sayori? Strano, Natsuki, non me lo aspettavo da te. Però questa è una frase che direi io. Ma perché vi conoscevate? Ah, non sapevo che fosse così, amici. I guess this kind of proves I don't really know Sayori or Natsuki that well at all. Beh, però effettivamente dobbiamo effettivamente dargli il beneficio del dubbio. È anche vero che Junichi conosce Natsuki da tipo 4 giorni. Cioè non è che conosce Natsuki così bene. Perché noi siamo entrati nel club martedì e questa cosa è successa lunedì mattina. Non è passata neanche una settimana. Quindi effettivamente noi non conosciamo Monica sì, ma non conosciamo Natsuki e non conosciamo bene Yuri. E effettivamente ha senso. And I tried dating her too. Effettivamente. And I tried dating her too. Non la conosco bene, ci ho pure provato con lei. Natsuki grumbles to herself as she takes a pretty... E magari se lo sta chiedendo pure lei, io stavo per uscire con sto deficiente, sto mongoloide stavo per uscire io. Natsuki grumbles to herself as she takes a pretty hearty bite out of her sandwich.
Well, I wouldn't call it close, but she was my friend.
She was? Non dici come se fosse morta, Natsuki. Per cortesia, un po' di sensibilità, per cortesia.
I would think that would be obvious to you. But guess I was wrong to assume that about you.
I shake my head and continue eating my lunch. Pensa a quello che te pare, me ne può fregare di meno. We continue eating in silence. There really isn't much to talk about anyway. I noticed she had finished eating a lot faster than I did, as if she was starving or something. Sassolino.
Now that was a good sandwich.
That filled a hole. Potevi dire, that filled a hole. Oppure, that hit the spot. Che è bellissimo. That hit the spot. Che lo dicono, in inglese si dice per dire, è stato un buon cibo. That really hit the spot. What, really? I think so. It was pretty bland to me.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know good food even if it hit you in the face.
All right, I forget who I'm talking to. Yeah, I forgot. I shrugged my shoulders and continued eating. I'll admit, this was a little bit of a nice distraction from all this. But now my mind has shifted back to Sayori and her current state. I wonder if she's awake yet. Around 30 minutes go by, And the doctor finally appears from Sayori's room down the hallway. He flashes me a thumbs up, così. Yeah, Arthur Forzarelli. He flashes me a thumbs up and gestures that it's okay for me to go back. Come on, Natsuki. Let's go see Sayori.
Already? Okay.
I slowly walk in and Natsuki follows shortly after. I hear a light gasp escape her before she looks away. Così. You gonna be alright?
Yes, it's just...
Natsuki tries very hard to hide the emotions in her voice but fails.
It's just really weird seeing her like that. All those tubes in her body. Is this also my fault?
Of course not. Don't blame yourself for this. Nobody knew this could have happened. Ma perché si sta incolpando Natsuki? Non capisco. Natsuki quickly wipes away her tears and takes a deep breath.
Okay. I'm sure she would hate to see me cry like this anyway. Look, just don't tell anybody you saw me like this, okay?
I wouldn't even think of it. I follow Natsuki as she slowly walks up to Sayori. She sniffles lightly and rubs her eyes before speaking.
Hey, Sayori. It's me, Natsuki. Gosh, this is so weird, isn't it? Can you even hear what I'm saying right now? I feel like an idiot. But, well, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate having you as a friend. And I'm really glad you're okay. I know I was kind of mean to you at first, but, well, I just didn't really get to know you all that well, that's all.
E noi lì che sentiamo, là c'avevo ragione, cazzo. Là c'avevo ragione che loro non si conoscono bene. Ma pure preso per culo questa. C'avevo ragione. L'ha detto lei, cioè io dico che cazzo mi sappia per culo. Oddio, aspetta, fammi tornare nel mood. Che pensa a Junichi, mo mi fa ridere la cosa.
But if I'm being honest with you, you really brought a lot to the club. I can't imagine anybody else as its vice president. So you better get better fast. I don't think I've ever forgive you if you'll let me alone with Junichi.
I chuckle to myself and Natsuki giggles as well, not before wiping away a tear from her eye. Well, I honestly wasn't expecting that from you.
What? You think I don't have a heart or something?
Well, no, I guess I don't really know what I expected.
Well, let me ask you something, Junichi. Just last week, if I had to guess, you were trying to hit me on me, weren't you?
What? Così? Proprio così arriva. Ci stavi provando con me, giusto? No. Cosa? Non mi dico. Quando? Natsuki, non si dicono queste cose, scusami. I nearly fall over from Natsuki's extremely forward question. Infatti, uguale. It's not something I knew myself, really. Something just compelled me to go after her, almost as if it wasn't my own decision. Aia. Bella sta frase. Something just compelled me to go after her, almost as if it wasn't my own decision. Quindi sta dicendo, qualcosa mi ha detto di andare verso di lei, come se non fosse stata la mia decisione. Perché siamo stati noi, che nel DDLC canonico siamo noi a dire a Junichi vai da lei, vai da Yuri o così via. But regardless of what happened, the hard truth is that I did try to go for her. One look at my poems would tell you that. Why else would I bother writing about puppies and kittens and all that? Well, I didn't expect you to be so forward with me, first of all.
Well, I figured I'd ask you now. I don't think there's really a right time to ask anyway.
I did. Well, I guess if we're all being honest here, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I knew it.
You knew? The whole time?
Come on, it was obvious as heck. I mean, I do appreciate you taking my side and liking my writings, but I kind of always knew Theory was your kind of girl. Plus, after really thinking it over, I should really try to improve my writing a bit more. I don't mean going all cryptic and weird like Yuri though. But over the weekend I realized I could probably get a little more creative with my words choices.
Well, that's great to hear then. Honestly, I'm just glad things don't have to be awkward or anything. Yes, Yuri's, she's special to me. I don't really think I showed it all that much, but deep down, she's still one of my closest friends, you know?
Yeah, I understand. I don't really have anybody I can call a close friend, but I can handle being by myself too. I'm learning to be independent, and that's a very important skill.
I chuckle to myself. Now that's the Natsuki I know. I hear a phone go off, seemingly coming from her. Natsuki, why are you ringing? Yeah, ringing coming from her. As she takes it out, she seems slightly annoyed. Anything wrong?
Not really. My friends are just asking me where I'm at.
So you do have friends? Avrei pensato, non avrei detto, ma l'avrei pensato. So you do have friends? Però diciamo che nel momento in cui l'ho pensato mi sono visto nel letto a fianco a Sayori sul letto d'ospedale, quindi ho evitato di dire sta cosa a Natsuki.
Is it lunchtime at school after all? I didn't exactly want to mention why I'd been skipping out today.
I understand. Natsuki quickly types a message and puts her phone away. E l'ha detto, va andate a fare in culo, io gli ho detto. She sighs and looks back at Sayori, looking very lost in thought. I feel a bit guilty now. I'm not sure if this situation really called for Natsuki and... What? I'm not sure if this situation really called for Natsuki. Che vuol dire sta frase? Non sono sicuro se questa situazione chiama per lei. Really called for Natsuki. Che vuol dire? And I have to, called for Natsuki and I to have a casual conversation like this. Ah, ma vaffanculo, dovevo continuare. I'm not sure if the situation really called for Natsuki and I to have a conversation like that. Ok. Cioè si sente in colpa perché dice in una situazione del genere non dovremmo stare a parlare di una cosa del genere perché cazzo stiamo parlando di cose a caso e c'è Sayori lì che sta in coma, non mi sembra a caso. Ok, non avevo capito. Regardless, we don't say anything to each other anymore. And I think it's better that way. Soprattutto perché ci ha detto, ma ci stai a provare con me? Sì, certo, senza nessun problema. Ora sono? Minchia, sono le 11:20. Altri 20 minuti. It's already around the time school is over. I've spent most of the day here in this room, watching over my friend who hasn't moved an inch since I got here. Aspetta, che giorno è? Sì, che giorno? Around the time school is over. Around the time school is over, quindi saranno le 3, 4 del pomeriggio. Perché ha detto lunchtime, quindi è pomeriggio. Mica siamo stati tutta la mattina e tutto il pomeriggio lì in ospedale. I'm extremely exhausted. That sleep I got earlier wasn't nearly enough to get me back up to speed. I miss my bed. And yet, I can't imagine leaving Sayori by herself. It just feels wrong. It's not like I don't trust the doctors or nurses that work here. I just feel like I should be here with her as well. I nearly jumped after hearing a light knock on the door. Palle che siete, che bussate, che cazzo bussate? A nurse walks in and surprisingly Monica follows shortly after.
Hey, Jinichi. I honestly did not expect you to spend the whole day here.
I shrug my shoulders. Not leaving Sayori's side until I'm kicked out of here.
Actually, that looks like it'll happen soon. visiting hours are almost over.
Oh, well, I remember hearing that at least one person could stay with a patient if necessary.
Oh, well, that won't be necessary then. I talked to Siri's mother and her dad. No. Siri's mother and her dad will be staying overnight with her.
You know her mom?
Yeah. It's required that I know all the girls' parents, club president stuff, you know.
And yet you still don't know my father's nor my mom, so well, that's new. Nobody ever told me about that. Gli è apparsa la goccia di sudore. So you know about my mom too? Monica fidgets a little. Madonna! Gli è apparsa la goccia di sudore. Io l'ho vista proprio tra un momento e l'altro quando ha detto non sapevo di sta cosa. Quindi conosci pure mia madre. La goccia. Perché si sta impanicando. Perché la stessa domanda che gli avrei fatto pure io. Infatti pure io ho detto ma mia madre e mio padre li conosci però.
Well, yeah, but I've never had any reason to contact her, I guess. It's for it's for emergency reasons.
Right. So what are you doing back here? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Gosh, so many questions, Junichi.
You're putting me on the spot here. No, right, sorry.
How about I walk you home? I'm sure you'd hate to be alone during all this.
No, I'm okay. I'd actually rather be alone right now. It's a lot to take in. You understand, right?
Yes, I understand. I guess I'll stay here for a few more minutes then. You should really get your rest though. I'm sure Shiori would like for you to suffer for her sake.
Aspetta. Once again, I shrug my shoulders in response. She gives me a friendly smile as I head out of the door. Vaffanculo. Te sai tutto, Monica. Te sai tutto, vaffanculo, sei colpevole. Vaffanculo. Bene, buoni sti cosi. For some reason, I feel like I should be suffering right now. Vabbè, però. Perché? Ma non è il karma. No, non è il karma. Non è un contrappasso. Se lei soffre, devo soffrire pure noi. I feel like I deserve it for letting Siri drift away from me. Sì, è tipo un contrappasso, guarda. Ma che vuol dire for letting Siri drift away from me? Capita che magari tu passi del tempo con una persona, quella persona si allontana, però non è che puoi sentirti in colpa se poi succede qualcosa. Ci sta che... È un po' complicato, perché tu praticamente dici, ok, io passo del tempo con una persona, però se poi con quella persona non succede niente, allora chi se ne frega se mi sono allontanato, in qualsiasi momento mi riavvicino, mi riappacifico con lei, come se nulla fosse successo. Però se poi durante quel momento in cui... Madonna. Però se durante il momento in cui noi siamo stati lontani succede qualcosa, automaticamente diventa colpa mia se poi qualcosa è successo. Ma è relativo. Non è una cosa così... È abbastanza comune in realtà che tante persone non si vedono, sono amici di infanzia e poi non si vedono più. Io non mi vedo più con un sacco di persone, con un sacco di persone con cui ero amico. Ho sentito strillato, me ne avvede un attimo.